The crypto market has took a battering this week. ICP is no different. It's currently back down to its $5 support. And we said if we'd lost this key area, $5.45, if we lost this diagonal momentum line, then expect further downside for ICP. It's not just ICP, it's the rest of the crypto markets. Everything's been battered. Why was that? It was because of Chairman Powell's speech. He initiated that there was less probability, if things continued the way that they were, that we were going to get a rate cut in September. Since then, what's happened? Poly market is showing 72% probability that we're going to get a rate cut in September. So is the market going to build that? Because we've got nearly a month and a half, 2 months before we get to the rate cut decision, guys. Is the market going to start building that in, pumping up towards the rate cut, and things like ICP rallying on the back of that? So what we're going to talk about is where's the next key support for ICP? How far can it drop down? And what's the range that it's in? How high is it to the upside? How high is it to the downside? Once we finally break and once we finally close, where is the next projection targets for ICP? Right. Okay. So one thing that we need to look at, we need to reanalyze, and we need to do this together. So it is going to be an interactive session. Why is it going to be an interactive session? Because guys, you need to be able to understand how to do this yourself. That's what my channel's about, guys, teaching you how to do it. I don't take any money. I don't charge for it. It's a free Discord group. And that's what I'm about, guys. I want you to be able to look at this chart, and I want you to be able to tell me exactly what you think the probabilities are based on the probabilities of what's happened previously. So what do I mean by that? We're going to go through this analysis together, and hopefully the more that you watch me, guys, the more that you can understand what's fair value on your altcoin. So you can see that this was the support base. We'd had two things that we talked about in the last video. We had this momentum trend line, that's the diagonal, and then we'd had this support base. So you could tell that was a support base because of these wicks here, reaction, reaction, reaction. Once we'd pulled through, we need to go back down to our next level of support. Our next level of support is going to be the psychological $5. So pull that down to $5. And then we're going to look at how price is reacting by looking left, clues look left, to this area in the past. So you can see here, that was a resistance, that was a support, resistance, and you can see how price is respecting this area. So we know that $5 is going to be our next support base. That's exactly where we're trying to fight now. We're going to bring on the indicators very shortly. But one thing that you can see is we're also in a range. So if we just duplicate this, we're also in a range. So we'll pull this down. You can see this is our range. So from bottom to the top of the range, you've got a move of 42%. That's not to be sniffed at. So what I'm saying is if we reject $5, expect to come all the way back down to $4.30. Once you come back down to $4.30, that's indicating that within the whole of this range is the best time to buy. That is 156 days we've been in this range. So, guys, nearly half a year we've been in this range. So, until the range is broken, the range has got to be respected. We're waiting for a break and a close to the upside. Does it mean we're not going to get a break and close to the downside? It doesn't, guys. It's telling us that there's a higher probability we're going to get a break and we're going to get a close to the upside. And that's exactly what we want. What's the price difference once you get a break and a close to the upside? Just to the next resistance barrier, 45% to the upside. Just to the top of this trading pattern, guys, which is a bearish trading pattern, which we've accumulated during the course of the bear market for years and years and years, is 119%. Once we break out of that, you've got the next big move, 153%. So from where price action is now, that is a whopping 612%. How high is that? Is that new highs? Is that new all-time highs for ICP? No, that is a conservative 38.2% retracement from this lower high here, which is sat at $88. So 38.2% of $88, and that is a 650% move. So this is one of the reasons that I'm interested in ICP, and I keep hearing people in the comments saying $350, $500, $150. I don't care about that, guys. This is what I'm interested in. I'm interested in a $35, $34 ICP. So in the short term, let's bring the indicators up. What's likely to happen next? We have got one thing. We've got a massively oversold stochastic RSI. What happens? You look at the chart. What have we got? We've got a higher low. So you see this move. We'll follow this move here on the RSI. You've got an up and then all the way back down here. What's happened to price? There's the start, up, all the way back down to here. You're maintaining a higher low structure once the RSI, the stochastic, has done a full reset all the way to the upside, all the way back down to the downside. You're maintaining the higher low structure. Now, this is a really important tool, guys. If you're holding a higher low structure when the RSI has done full swing, expect another swing to the upside. That could be the time that we crack through the big $6.16 barrier. So that is what I'm waiting for, guys. The indicators are coiling up. We've got a couple of days, or we've had a couple of days of uncertainty. Give it a couple of days of cooling off going into next week. And I will be with you guys along the way, but it is a game of probabilities. You need to remember that. And it's how we are reactive to the market, not how the market reacts to us, guys. We're the ones that are playing the game. The market will do whatever the hell it wants. We need to look at previous data to understand what's the probabilities of something going into our direction. And once you've got a higher probability of something happening over a period of time consistently, that's when you get the edge in trading. That's when you get the edge in investing. And guys, what I'm about is you looking at this price chart, you understanding exactly what's fair value, you coming to me and telling me exactly what you think. Because I'm going to be a proud man, guys, once you guys start coming to me and saying, this is the chart that I'm looking at, this is what I think is going to happen, this is the probabilities, this is what's happened previously, this is what the indicators are telling me, and this is how I'm playing the next move. Guys, I'll be such a proud man. And I can tell you something. A couple of the guys in the Discord group, mention no names, Paul, Bully Bassett, fair play to you. Hats off to you, because some of the things that you're doing in that Discord group, I can tell that you've been self-developing. Self-developing yourself is the key, guys. I can't self-develop you. I could show you exactly what I've learned. I can help teach you exactly what I've learned on the way. The self-development part, guys, you've got to put the work in yourself. So please just spend 5, 10, 15 minutes a day educating yourself and start earning that passive income outside of the 9 to 5 grind, guys, because markets are designed to be difficult, not easy. When you understand and you give yourself that edge, that is a consistent passive income on top of your daily job or instead of your daily job, depending on how much you put into it, guys. So let me know in the comments what you think about ICP's next move. Are you worried? Do you think we're going to get a push up to the upside? Do you think that next week we're going to get a rally in crypto? I want to know in the comments what your thoughts are and how it's affecting you guys. Let me know. Bye.